I remember one of the weirdest missions I had in the F-14 was, because the one thing I loved about that airplane was the geometrically swept wings. That just made it look like a beast. And Rico and I, we were lucky enough to go against 4 Eagles, and we were launching out of NAS Dallas. And I think our wingman must have been down, because I can't believe why we go against 4 Eagles.
Right, I remember ourselves. It took so long to even get clearance out of there. We were running out of gas sitting on the deck.
So yeah, which made us go faster. So we were getting the engagement, hitting the 4 Eagles, and you know, the wings were swept back at 68 just because it goes based off the speed. So we're probably getting close to the number, and sure enough, you know, they're bracketing it. So it's 4v1, and I look up, so I'm taking them right down the middle, and I pull into them in the vertical, and then what the F-14 did was, when the wings back, if you pull a lot of G's, you're going what we called the buffet line. The plane would just bucket and slowly go away as the wings, as slow down the airspeed, the wings would manually, computerized, would swing to its 20-degree position. And now you have all this lift, and now you get right into the fight and you know, turn the nose and get in the weapons envelope. Well, I'm kind of going through the buffet line, and poor Rico's back there probably going, what the hell? What, you know, why is this guy so sloppy?
I don't know if I could tell the difference, but anyway.
But the end up happening was everything failed on this. So the wings are stuck in 68, and believe it or not, there was no NATOPS. The NATOPS is kind of like the cookbook for every emergency the F-14 had, and it was like the Bible. You had to know it. You had to memorize a lot of stuff in it. And when I was going through the Fleet Replacement Squadron, which is we refer to as the RAG, the one thing that puzzled me was, why isn't there any procedures for the wings swept back? And so I went to the RAG instructors and asked them, it's like, hey, where are the procedures if your wings get stuck back there? You know, you got to come back to land. You got no flaps, you got no spoilers. You know, you're gonna have the speed, the heat coming in. How are you gonna slow this thing down? And they said, don't worry about it. It's you know, it's a titanium gear. It's got a 3 backup system. There's no procedures because this never happened. It'll never happen. Just don't worry about it. You know, to me, it was like, if man makes it, it's going to break. So, so that day, you know, I'm flying with Rico, and you know, Rico's already been through hell, because you know, his episode on the what was it? What carrier? The Ranger. Yeah, he had to send him through this other emergency, which is not supposed to happen. Bottom line, we're heading back, and he goes, and you remember what you said?
I just said, I think we should go land at the long runway, the Air Force runway.
Yeah, at Carswell, now known as NAS Fort Worth.
Right.
Sure. But it had a nice 12,000-foot runway, and I said, no, because I think we were doing the exercise, and I knew that the skipper would want to have his airplanes at his home base so he can fix them. So I said, no, I can bring it back to NAS Dallas, and the 8,000 feet runway. We can just take a trap, and we'll be able to slow this beast down. And I think it was the first time I felt that Rico really didn't like my decision.
Right, I thought he's leading me down the primrose path here to an accident, but and then I'm thinking there has to be something in the front seat he's not doing right. So I'm trying to play pilot, and I'm not doing a good job. So after a while, I had to believe him that the wings were not going to go forward.
Yeah, and so we came in, and the thing about the NAS Dallas is you got a lake on one side, and then you got a main thorough road on the other side, and we're kind of heading at. So if we couldn't slow this thing down, we were going to be going into traffic. And so, you know, I lowered the hook, and I knew, you know, Rico being a good Rio said, hey, you know, the back only takes it up to 178 knots on the arrestment. I said, okay, and it helped me out, because now what I had to do is I had to put the tires right as, and touch down right as the field starts. And I figured, you know, I was doing the math in my head. I was like, I think I'll slow it down right to about, take it from about 200 knots to about 178.
190 was tire speed. So that's what I was thinking about. We can't touch down above 190, or we're going to blow the tires.
That's right. Yeah. And but I was able to get it down to 190. We touched down, and we took the gear all the way out to.
We pulled it all the way out.
78. Yeah.
And when they asked me what speed did you hit the barricade at, 178.